Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can. And I continue with Fallout 2 Blind. Now, I'm back at Vault City. My apologies, citizen, but ghouls are not permitted inside Vault City. Okay, I do not have any ghouls with me, but I guess...
What do you want?
I guess they probably mean Marcus, who's a super mutant. So...
I'll just stay here and tighten the vices on my shoulder.
Let's try without him. Yeah, good day, citizen. Unfortunately, through some arcane bullshit, which I do not exactly understand, I have lost the wrench that I needed to fulfill one of the quests in Vault City, which annoys me a great deal because the only place I found where I can buy a wrench is San Francisco, which is entirely, like, exactly on the different side of the whole map. So I will have to backtrack there and then back here eventually. But in the meantime, I still finished the quest for... oh, I didn't talk to him actually. For Thomas Moore, who turned out to be a spy of the NCR. And also, I've killed the raiders that were attacking Vault City, and it turns out that they were mercenaries paid off by the Bishop family of New Reno. So let's report on that first. Hello again, fellow pilgrim. Did you deliver the information as I asked? Yes, look, Bishop said you worked for the NCR. Is that true? The NCR is trying to bring honor and government to all in California, and Vault City has the power to make it happen. Think of all the good we could do with the access to Vault City's technology. Yeah, but to be honest, I get him, and I kind of despise Vault City in the whole system they have in place. So it's not like I'm particularly opposed to the idea of changing that. But on the other hand, why does he even hide that? Like, would they? Is it illegal for to propose an alliance with the NCR or something? I guess if he's working towards a takeover, then that would be basically treason. But to be honest, I think Vault City as a city-state is worthy of betrayal. Like, I find their system of indentured servitude, which is basically disguised slavery, to be disgusting, and the whole setup has like a strong smell of classism to me, because they perceive themselves as being superior to everyone who is outside of their own walls. So generally speaking, to be honest, I think Thomas Moore is absolutely right to betray Vault City, because Vault City is abhorrent. What they stand for is deplorable, and kind of I don't really care for that. Like, I'm generally one of those people. I do not consider patriotism to be a value in and of itself. Like, your country has to represent something that is actually good for your pride in your country to be valid. If your country, for example, commits war crimes or, like, violates human rights, then I don't think it's valid to be proud of your country in such a position. And in fact, I think it is absolutely valid to quote-unquote conspire against your own country. Maybe not as an... It's kind of debatable whether it's that great of an idea to do it with other governments, because I'm thinking more along the lines of, international bodies like the UN or the European Court of Human Rights in Europe, or some extra national international entities that are basically that have as a mission monitoring whether states adhere to upholding human rights and all that. I'm totally not opposed to quote unquote ratting out your own country if it's doing something wrong, but obviously in the Fallout universe they don't really have that option, because there is no court for human rights, there is no UN, there is no oversight whatsoever. To be honest, even the NCR itself is a relatively new idea, so generally speaking I wouldn't hold that much of a grudge against him, because I think Vault City has worked very hard to make itself worthy of betrayal, and they've done everything they could to make themselves unpalatable to people who are actually decent. So, I don't have any strong opinions about Thomas More betraying them for the NCR. So, yeah, I'll have to think about this. I don't really care, but don't you have anything else to say? Yeah, I just wanted to let you know I have taken care of it. Okay, so is that it? Literally? But I don't quite understand, because if he's working for the NCR, then why does he want to do business with the bishops? The bishops want me to assassinate one of the NCR's congressmen, so obviously they are not friends of the NCR. Oh well, let's talk to the first citizen about the raiders.
Yes? What is it I can help you with?
I have some information on the raiders who have been attacking the city.
What is it?
I wiped them out. They were holed up in a series of caverns in the foothills to the south.
You did it! Excellent! You have performed a valuable service for Vault City. Please accept this as a token of our appreciation. To think a band of raiders was causing so much trouble.
Well, they weren't exactly a roving band of raiders. Turns out they were mercenaries.
Mercenaries? Who hired them?
The Bishop family in New Reno.
What? How do you know this?
What
evidence do you have?
I found this account book in the raiders' safe, listing payments from Bishop for a 3-month campaign of terror against your city, with options for 1-month extensions if you were stubborn.
I'm not surprised. Bishop visited not long ago and suggested an alliance. I refused, of course. We do not associate with criminals.
Maybe that was his way of forcing you into an alliance.
Possibly. But it would never work. I would sooner ask NCR for help. You have done Vault City a great service. Please, take this as a token of our appreciation.
Okay, my pleasure, first citizen. Have a good day. Okay, so... although... that makes me kind of realize something. It's mightily weird that everyone in the wasteland has turned to using NCR money, even outside of the NCR's actual borders. In fact, it's downright ridiculous to me that Vault City, they are so fiercely independent and they are so adamant about not joining NCR, and yet they are using NCR currency. Doesn't the fact of using another country's currency as your own, doesn't that sort of make you financially kind of subjugated to them? To a degree at least, and also, wouldn't NCR actually, well, I guess they can't mind. You can have NCR money, but what I mean is, the NCR controls the minting of that money, so basically, for example, whatever happens to the NCR dollar is going to cripple all of the economies of the wasteland, because they are all using it. And in fact, I'm not an economist, and in fact I'm rather stupid when it comes to economical matters, so I can't like devise a very brilliant strategy on the spot, but I'm pretty sure you could, if you were, economically minded and maybe a little corrupt as well. The NCR could do some shenanigans with their own currency as a way of inconveniencing or damaging other places, such as Vault City, for example, if they use the NCR dollars as a currency. And they do, because I've never found another kind of money in this game. It's always NCR dollars, which is interesting and kind of weird, because in New Vegas, for example, there were 3 distinct forms of currency, and they didn't really agree on the value of them. Because, for example, there were NCR dollars in New Vegas, but their declared value was not equal to their actual value in caps, because people in New Vegas used caps as people did in Fallout 1. And for example, I think it was around like 60%. I think 100 NCR dollars was like 60 caps or something. And then you had the Legion money, which was actually minted out of precious materials. They had Aureuses, the golden coins, and different kinds of coins made of silver, I think, as well. So I think those were actually worth more than their declared value, because obviously they were literally made out of precious materials, of gold, for example, in the case of the Aureus. So it's weird that this game doesn't reflect that. But with that being said, let me first of all save. Second, let's level up. I think I'm going to dump everything into Doctor. Although, what do I want other than that? I guess I can upgrade throwing. Maybe I'll use some grenades or something. Okay. But I wanted to quickly visit the vault, because I'm pretty sure there were some terminals that I couldn't use at the time, because there was a message about me not understanding something, which presumably means I had too low of a science skill or something. So let's get back to it. I guess let's also see if I can donate more sperm for cash and experience, because last time I was here, I actually talked with this woman, Phyllis, and she took my sperm to use in vitro procedures with the citizens of Vault City, because there's some shenanigans going on with their pregnancy rates. Like, people are not getting pregnant naturally, even though they are having sex. It's not like sex is forbidden in Vault City. They still do it. It just doesn't seem to work. So, welcome back. Anything I can help you with? What do you do here? I am the resident medical assistant. I work for Dr. Troy. Okay, what can you tell me about Vault City? Well, actually, there's not much to say. I mean, I've been a citizen all my life, but there's not much to do in Vault City. Nothing at all? Come on. Look, I know you're a new citizen and all, and I don't mean to throw a damper on your citizenship, but this city can be very dull at times. Dull? How so? Well, I mean, you noticed how similar everyone is? And old? Most of the seminars and extracurricular activities are geared towards octogenarians. I'm barely 25, and this city makes me feel like I'm 50. Speaking of old, I haven't noticed there are any children in the city. Well, yeah, actually there aren't. Yet. I don't know if anyone told you yet, but Vault City is a planned community. We're not due for another pregnancy cycle until a few years from now. A pregnancy cycle? Yes, pregnancies are permitted only during certain years, established by the council. What if you get pregnant anyway? How would that happen? Well, last I heard, sex can make anyone pregnant. Oh, you mean intercourse. Intercourse is still allowed outside of pregnancy cycles, so doesn't that make people pregnant? Oh, no, 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 you see, our pregnancies don't result from intercourse. I'm afraid to ask, but I will anyway. Male citizens donate to the Autodoc here in the vault, and the most favorable matches are chosen by the computer. Then the appropriate female citizen is seeded by the Autodoc. Yeah, so can I... because I already donated sperm and I got some experience for that, and I think some cash as well. Don't people still get pregnant from intercourse? What about accidental pregnancies? Well, actually, you see, this is something I've been thinking about recently. But citizens don't seem to have accidental pregnancies. The only successful pregnancies have been facilitated by the Autodoc. Oh, I think this is a new dialogue line, maybe because I have a higher science skill. You know, background radiation might be resulting in sterility or even worse, chromosomal damage. Might be worth checking out. You know, I was thinking the same thing. Maybe I should mention it to Dr. Troy. He's been too busy to look into it recently, but the next pregnancy cycle is coming up, so... yeah, mentioning it to him would be a good idea. You have convinced Phyllis to speak to Dr. Troy about the potential sterility in Vault City. Okay, so let's check those terminals. What? Ah, okay, I have to use science, okay. You have logged into the Vault City medical database. Although the interface is difficult to understand, the database itself seems to be broken down into a series of archives. Okay, so I don't care about the vaults or the GEC anymore, but search the medical database for anything of interest. You search the database and are amazed by the information contained in the archives. The current research being conducted in Vault City is fascinating, and their medical technology is beyond anything you have ever seen. You spent almost an hour studying the archives. As you delve deeper into the database, you come across a series of older archives that contain schematics for some sort of combat implants. You gain 500 experience points for studying the Vault City medical database. Okay, the schematics detail an operation grafting impact plates and thermal dissipating membranes to a human skeleton, granting the subject resistance to physical trauma and heat. It looks like a complicated procedure. Okay, make a note of it and search the database for more information. Anything else? Search the medical thing for information. You search the database again, but discover nothing new. The implant schematics were the most useful thing in the archives. It is unlikely you missed something, but you think... It is possible you missed something, but you think it's unlikely. You search the database again, but discover nothing new. Maybe if you search 20 more times, you might find something. Okay, let's actually do it, just for shits and giggles. It doesn't really cost anything, because you can click it instant. Whoa, 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 what was that? Something else appeared? What? I'm pretty sure... No, there was something new, like for a second. Look, go play the rest of the game. You can't stay cooped up in here forever. Fine, keep looking, see if I care. Okay, let's do it like 20 more... Oh, you're just wasting time. Your intelligence is 4, right? Cut it out. Why don't you go play with the nurse? There's nothing here. You search the archives and find nothing. Yeah, I think that this is it, probably. Oh. Okay, there was something else. You've searched this terminal 53 times. You've found nothing else of interest. You just had to do it one more time, didn't you? Sheesh. Okay, look, here is the big secret. be sure to visit the main computer on level 3 after you finish the game. Now log off the terminal and go play outside. Okay, this is actually pretty interesting, because it already tells me that there's some kind of an after-game feature, I guess? That after I win, I can presumably roam the wasteland and fight random encounters or something, if I really want to. Or maybe even some of the NPCs have a reaction to me winning the game, you know, they comment on me defeating the Enclave or something. So that's interesting. I will try to remember that. I will probably forget, but I will try to remember. Okay, it's probably going to be nothing from now on. I've literally probably searched it like 100 times. What about this terminal? Blah blah blah. Search for anything of interest. Nothing. Okay. I think that's it as far as the usefulness of those terminals is concerned. What about you? Can you do those procedures I've read about? Hello, citizen. How may I be of assistance? I'm in need of your medical expertise. Of course, citizen. What seems to be the problem? Do you know anything about dermal implants? Yes, I am familiar with them. It is an invasive procedure where impact plates and thermal dissipator membranes are grafted onto the skeleton to protect against physical trauma and heat. Why do you ask? I ran across them in the Vault City medical database. Could you perform this operation on me? No, sorry. As I said, the implants are an invasive procedure, and the recovery period is long and arduous. Patients undergoing this operation have also frequently developed skeletal deformities. I'm willing to risk it. Can you do it? I would consider performing the operation only in the event of an emergency, not for the sake of convenience. The risk is too great, and the implants are not a substantial improvement over standard combat armor. Okay. Apparently, I have an option to say I'm something of a doctor myself, presumably because of the upgraded doctor skill. You mentioned before you were a doctor. I'm actually something of a doctor myself. You are? It's a pleasure to meet you. If you have time, perhaps we could compare notes? It's not often that I get the chance to speak to another physician. Absolutely. I'd love to learn some of the medical techniques you citizens use. Excellent. Well, first, let me take you on a tour. Over here we have the monitoring systems. And that is how we can clone cells to make replacement limbs. We have to be careful when the tissue cultures don't get contaminated. No, that the tissue cultures don't get contaminated, but in any event, I think I've talked enough. I hope it was informative. Okay, thanks for the tour, Dr. Troy. It's been very educational. Hold on a moment. I don't recall seeing you here before. Are you a citizen? Yes, I've got my citizenship papers only recently. You're not a Vault City native though, am I right? I am certain I would remember someone like you. Where are you from? I'm from a small village to the west, Arroyo. Arroyo? I don't believe I've heard of it. I'm sorry to pry. I was just looking for someone who has traveled beyond the walls of Vault City. Most citizens have never left the city. Looking for someone? Why? I've been looking for someone who might be able to perform a special errand for me. What is it? It has come to my attention that there is a new chem in the wastes. It's called the Jet, I believe. I'm willing to pay $1,000 for a sample of this chem. What do you want me to do? It would be helpful to me and my work if you could bring me a sample of this chem. I will pay you $1,000 for the delivery, but it is of the utmost importance that you keep this transaction confidential. What do you want Jet for? That is not your concern. Obtain a sample of Jet, bring it to me, and I will pay you 1,000 bags. The price includes your silence. Okay, to be honest, even if he has some bad even if he has some bad intentions with it, a sample of jet is he probably would get that eventually. The main problem, it's very ubiquitous nowadays. There's like the wasteland is being flooded with it. I myself have like 20 cases of it already, and I don't even collect them. The only problem is getting it past the walls of Vault City, because obviously most citizens never leave, and those who are not citizens are getting searched. But I think you would get it eventually, and I think I will do it because I'm curious if maybe it will lead to another quest. Well, I have a sample of jet right here. You do? Excellent. Thank you, my friend. You have no idea how important this is to my work. Here is your payment. As promised. I don't think you really want to inhale that crap. Trust me. What are you talking about? Those are Brahmin shit fumes in that jet canister. Gross, huh? I think you must be mistaken. No, really, they were originally growing hallucinogens in Brahmin shit, but they discovered that the fumes were actually making the workers high. See, it turns out that this contaminated pre-war protein extract in the Oranmin systems? That's fascinating. Perhaps I could take blood samples from Brahmin in the courtyard. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much indeed. I was curious about the manufacturing process. Well, be careful with that stuff, alright? Can you tell me anything more about why do you do it? Maybe of assistance? Well, apparently not. Okay, I really hope he's not working on like a biological weapon or something that would later make me morally responsible for it. Okay, I'm seriously pissed about the lack of a wrench, but I simply don't have it anymore. I don't know what happened to it, but I guess I will have to go back to San Francisco and then go back here eventually, which is pretty annoying.
What do you want? You want me back now?
Let's get to it then, because it's a long way. Like, I have a bunch of things to do in the south, I guess? Oh, but actually, I can also go to Reading. Because I think it's one of the last places, there's a chunk of the map I have not yet explored. And I think Reading is one of the last places I know of that I have not explored. So, I think I will go there. Pack of wolves, okay, not a problem. Okay. Incidentally, speaking of Jet, I've learned in New Reno that they are trying to get everyone in Reading addicted to Jet, and then leverage that against the fact that Reading is a gold mine. They have a gold mine, so they want to basically get the gold cheap by exploiting the fact that the workers, the miners, are going to be addicted. And obviously when you're addicted, you're eventually going to do anything just to get another score. Oh, I'm out of ammo, damn it. That's a problem, because obviously I can't get more during the fight. So I guess my companions will have to kill them, and then I will get more from them. Are my companions not going to attack? That's pretty weird, I have to say. It's interesting that apparently, judging from this encounter, mole rats are stronger than rat scorpions, which I wouldn't have expected. I really hope Marcus is not going to kill me by a friendly fire. It's pretty annoying that my companions don't really feel like taking part in this, because just kicking them is going to take forever. Do I have any other weapons? At least like a knife or something? Not really. Okay, I hope I will move back. Oh, I can't. I'm literally blocked by them. Okay, this is really annoying. Once again, I'm blocked. Because I hoped if I retreat towards my companions, they will get drawn into the fray. Regardless of any bug they might be suffering from. And apparently no such luck. Okay, man, is this annoying. I really hope if I move right next to them, they are going to react or something. For the love of God, finally.
What do you want?
Not from you. I want to talk to Goris. Because Goris has my ammo. Okay, let's save and be on my way. Some prospectors, okay. Have anything to sell? On your way. We have nothing more to talk about. Hold it right there, stranger. I'm not used to ambushing strangers, but I need supplies, and I can't leave my claim. Do you want to do a quick trade? Sure, what do you have? Oh, nothing. So, what do you want to trade with if you only have 8 pieces of gold? I mean, you know, $8 basically. I don't think NCR money is actually gold. I think you better keep moving. Okay, you will. Reading's a mining town. Gold mostly. A lot of caravans come to Vault City from here. Okay, let's talk with everyone. We don't want any trouble here. There's this guy. Welcome to the big city. Hello, I'm Melchior Jr. Hi there, mister. What's up? Ask Cortes Ace and City Hall. Okay. Yep. Been in Reading long? Hello there. Welcome to the fine city of Reading, and welcome to my casino. Everyone's an ace here in Ascortes. I'm Ascorti, proprietor and mayor of this fine town. What do you do here? I run this here casino, and I can help run things in town too. I keep tracks of things like deeds and such. Deeds to what? All kinds of private property. Why, right now, I have a Jim Dandy deed for sale. What's that? It's the deed to the Great Wanamingo mine, just outside the town. I can sell it to you for only $1,000. Special offer. Just your luck to hit me on a generous day like this. What's the catch, Mayor? No catch at all. You just have to evict some of the squatters that have taken up residence there. No hardship at all for a rugged customer such as yourself. I can tell you more if you'd like. Okay, tell me more. Well, there are those dang creatures in there that need to be killed before anyone will work the mine. If you're interested to buy the deed and then kill off the creatures, I'd be happy to buy the deed back off of you, for a nice profit. What? Why does he need me to buy it at all if he wants to buy it back at a loss for himself? Why doesn't he just pay me to get rid of those critters? A profit? How much of a profit? Heck, more than double. I figure that's the least of your time's worth to you. I couldn't afford to pay any more than that. There's still a lot of work that needs to be put back into the mine before I can start to turn a profit with it. Okay, how much was that again? $1,000 for a deed. The Great Wanamingo mine. You want it? Sure. At this point it's nothing to me. I'll go ahead and record the Great Wanamingo mine deed in your name. Let me know when you've got it all cleared out, and I'll buy it back from you. Alright, I'll do that. Have you heard of anything called a Gek? Again, I already have it, but still, let's ask. Maybe he'll say something funny about geckos. Garden of Eden creation kit. I think they made Vault City of one of those. All of the vaults were supposed to have one, but there sure ain't one here nowhere. There sure ain't one around here nowhere. Okay. What's going on in the town lately? Lately our gold shipments have started to slow down because the miners are spending too much time flying high on jet. Is there any work here in Reading? Well, there's the sheriff, and there is the mine owners who are looking for someone to retrieve some kind of a part for one of their machines. What about the sheriff? I understand that Sheriff Earl Marion is looking for someone to fill in for him until his bum leg heals up a bit. You might have to go talk to him. His office is just south of here, across the street. Okay. What about that other guy? What about the mine owners? I don't know much about it. You should go talk to the dangerous Dan McGrew at the Morningstar Mine, or Marge LaBarge at the Cacoweave Mine. They are both just north of the downtown area here, across from the graveyard. Okay, anything else? I don't think so. Yep. Play nice. Okay, this door is locked. Presumably for some reason. Malamute Saloon. Okay. Hey there, sailor. Come here often? You come here to visit with Fannie Mae? What? I'm not sure who are you, but sure, I am here to visit you. Well, aren't you sweet, acting so bashful and all? It's going to cost you $60 for a visit with me. So she's a prostitute then, I take it. Well, thanks for the offer, but maybe another time. You can come in here, but your traveling freak show stays outside. I guess they don't quite like my companions. Okay, there's a hospital in town as well. Hey, are you from far away? Painless Doc Johnson. The doctor says rats not to talk to visitors. Okay. Hello there, I'm Painless Dr. Johnson. What can I do for you? Doc, I heard about some special armor implants. Do you know anything about that? I read something about that too. It's not too hard to do if you've got the training and equipment. Do you have what you need to perform those? Mostly? I have the skill and the training, but I don't have the material. What do you mean by that? This means that we're going to have to improvise. I think I can get what I need from just a standard set of combat armor. I can take the concussive protection plates and also the thermal cells from the armor. Okay, so can you do it? Yeah, but if I pack too much armor in, the patient sure is not going to win any beauty prizes. Oh, so it's going to maybe lower my charisma? I wouldn't want that. Now what can you do exactly? There are 4 different operations that can be performed. There's the dermal impact armor that protects against impact, and there is the Phoenix armor implants that protect against heat. Then each one has an assault enhancement as well. You have to get the basic armor before you can get the assault enhancement. Tell me more about the implants. I think I might want you to operate on me. Okay, tell me about this. Do I want protection against energy weapons or against regular weapons? I guess against energy weapons probably more useful in the endgame, against the Enclave, because they seem to mostly be using plasma weapons and laser weapons. So, Phoenix armor implant. According to the reports, the Phoenix armor implants give you 5% resistance to thermal damage, fire, laser and plasma, over and above any armor you might be wearing. The operation takes a few days, 1 suit of combat armor for the thermal dissipative membranes, and will cost you $8,000. Not to worry though, this operation should create only minimal scarring. Okay. Okay, I'll buy it. I don't have that much to do with my cash anyway. And I think I have a free set of combat armor. But I need to give something back. Okay, this doesn't weigh anything. Hopefully it's not going to kill me or anything. And hopefully it's not going to take my charisma away. Now let's try it. Yeah, Phoenix armor implant. That sounds great, Doc. I sure won't have to worry about the extra sunscreen after this. This turned out rather well, I think. The Phoenix armor implanted much more neatly than I would have thought it would. The burning and itching feeling will probably go away in a few weeks, once your innards get used to the fibers. Okay, thank you. I have some questions, I guess. What would you like to know? I hear that Redding has been having a problem here with its exports lately. We sure do. Too much jet, not enough work. Where did you hear about that? Did McClure in Vault City told me? I guess he must have, if I have the option to say that, because otherwise it would say that it's a lie or something? McClure in Vault City told me. I know McClure. He is on the Vault City Council. What did he tell you? That the mine production is way down and gold prices are way up. That is true. The miners here are all getting high on jet instead of working. So exports are down and the prices are up. This situation can't last. That's not good. I've been wondering about what's going on here in town. Lately, it seems as if many more miners are spending their time flying on jet rather than mining. If this keeps up, Redding's gold production is going to come to a halt. New Reno doesn't seem to mind, though. What does New Reno have to do with it? Well, I know what it has to do with it, but let's see his perspective. New Reno sells jet pretty cheap. Jet's real habit forming, like nothing you've ever seen before. They figure that if they get enough people in the area using it, these people will do anything to get more. That gives them de facto control of an area, like Redding. So if you don't want New Reno to control Redding, just who do you want in charge here? Well, everyone wants a part of the gold here in Redding, so we're going to be controlled by someone eventually. I just want to have a master that's going to do the best job for Redding. And who do you think that is? The way I see it, Redding's best chance is with Vault City controlling things. That's where I'm from, so I might be biased, but I really think that Vault City can do a better job helping the citizens of Redding. Why is that? Because they handle Vault City in a just and humane manner. They would do the same for Redding, I'm sure of it. What? Yeah, that's my point. This line is my point exactly. Vault City may take care of its citizens, alright, but they treat non-citizens like dirt. That's nonsense. Vault City does extend special privileges to citizens, but only because they are better qualified to enjoy those things than the brutish non-citizens. Besides, everyone can qualify for Vault citizenship if they pass the tests. I'm not sure how people here in Redding would react to rule by Vault City. And they will realize the benefits soon enough. I'm certain they will welcome Vault City administration with open arms eventually. Okay. Why do they call you the painless Doc Johnson? It's because my patients usually pass out because before they get to screaming too much. It's kind of a joke. I see. Well, that's comforting, I guess. Okay, what do you have to sell? Got any medical thingamajigs to trade for? I might be able to provide you with some supplies. Okay, let's see. I am going to buy Stimpaks for sure, if you have any. You have a few. I have a crap ton of drugs to sell. Oh, you're selling them very cheap. Nice of you. Okay. Let's continue. I am Madame Majeska. What do you wish of me? What do you do here? Lately, I don't do much at all. I used to run a part of Lou's operation at the Malamute Saloon, but we had a falling out, so I quit. Okay. Looks like a lot of people here are chem users. What's going on in town lately? Most of the rabble are just working enough to get enough jet. They need something to take their minds out of this place. What's jet? Jet is a wonderful chem that helps me to take the edge of my miserable existence, darling. Okay, any interesting rumor? All I hear are about politics. They always seem to be the big stir in discussion. Politics? What do you mean? Have you ever seen a greased Brahmin contest? What? Nope, I've never heard of something like that. Tell me about them. What they do is that they grease up a Brahmin calf, and then everyone in the crowd tries to catch it. If you can't catch it yourself, you make them sure nobody else can either. I don't see what this has to do with politics. In this game, Redding is the greased Brahmin, and the golden one at that. New Reno, the ENCR, and Vault City are all trying to catch us, or at least keep others from catching us. What do you mean? Here in Redding we mine gold, then we ship it to New Reno, to the NCR and Vault City in return for goods. Each of those places would like to have the gold and the trade all to themselves. Why don't they just attack you and take it then? We're big enough and far away enough to make a takeover expensive as well as dangerous, much more efficient to have us join willingly. What do you mean? The three powers are trying to get Redding to choose which side to ally themselves with. They've all got powerful allies in town, and it looks like things are coming to a head. Soon Redding will have to make a choice. Choice? The grease on the Brahmin calf is getting a bit thin. Soon enough, one of the big powers will have to make a major play to take Redding before others do. When that happens, people are going to get hurt. A lot of people. Who's working for whom? I'm not altogether sure, but I think the lineup's like this. Dan McGrew is all for New Reno, March LaBarge is for the NCR, and Johnson is for Vault City. I don't know yet about Mayor Ascorti. How can these people help a takeover? I think that the folks will follow Mayor Ascorti's lead. He's a crook, but people trust that. He'll go with whoever's the strongest. You see, whatever is good for Ascorti is also going to be good for Redding. I think he just hasn't figured out who's the closest to being on top. He's going to choose soon. Okay, but there was another line of questions? Yeah, why are people going to get hurt? People are going to get hurt because this kind of change doesn't come easy. Those that think they are not going to get the prize get in their mind to not let anyone else get it either. The only way to avoid that would be if we decide to go with one of the powers and make a quick alliance before the others catch on. What do you think will happen? I think... Okay, so she said that already. Why do they call you Madame Majeska? I used to work at the Malamute Saloon. As part of that job, people called me Madame. That name just stuck, even though I don't work there anymore. Where do you work now? Lately, I don't do much at all. Okay. I think that's all in terms of conversation. That was rather enlightening, I guess. I think out of the three, if Reading has to join someone, then I think the NCR is the best choice, because obviously New Reno is controlled by crime families. Vault City is an elitist slavery shithole, and the NCR probably is not that great, but at least it kind of pretends to be a democracy. I presume most citizens, if you're eligible, you don't commit crimes and anything, and you pay your taxes, you probably can run for Congress, and you can at least do something within the scope of it. You at least, or at least you do, even if you can't candidate yourself, at least you choose your own representatives, which is at least marginally better than just having some crime lord overlord or like the Council of Vault City tell you that the slavery is for your own good or something like that. Hello there, young fellow. What can old Widow Rooney do for you? Well, nothing apparently. Interesting. Okay, so the last thing to check out here is the sheriffs. Howdy there, my name is Earl Marion. I am the sheriff in these here parts. Sounds downright picturesque, don't it? Well, that's my job. As the sheriff, what do you do here in town? I keep the peace mostly. At least that's what I would be doing if I didn't have this leg all busted up. What happened to your leg? I was going out to meet a caravan and it was late, so I took a nap. The next thing I knew, a damn gecko was trying to make a lunch out of my kneecap. The damn thing almost had it too. Another good bite and then I would be sitting down permanent like. So your leg is still in a bad shape, huh? Well, I wasn't much of a dancer before this happened, and I reckoned I won't be afterwards neither. I can gimp around, but Doc Johnson said I better not if I want to heal right, so I could use some help. You need some help, Sheriff? Yeah, I could use some help with a couple of things, just part-time like. It pays real good, and you'd be doing a good thing for the town of Reading. How can I help? The widow Rooney is way behind on her rent. Her house is just across from the alley from here. You just have to kick it out of her you just have to kick her out of her house, unless he can come up with the rest of the rent she owes Mayor Ascorti. How much does she owe? I don't know, but I bet she can tell you. Will you do it? Mayor Ascorti, who's that? Ascorti's the mayor here in Reading. He runs Ascorti's Ace, right across the street. So, will you help me out? Okay, I'll do it. Great. Thanks for your help. Just come back here when you finish, and I'll pay you and we'll see if we can dig up something else for you. Oh, and one more thing before I forget. Here's a badge. You might need it. Thanks, Sheriff. I am honored. I won't tarnish it with actions you wouldn't approve of. Okay, so I guess I'm like a deputy, basically. Can I talk with the prisoners? Welcome to the big city. I can, but they don't seem to be particularly talkative. Okay. Hopefully, maybe I can help this woman pay her rent. I don't quite want to kick her out of her house, but I guess let's see what's her excuse for not paying it first, and what's her general attitude about it. But I'm going to check that in the next episode, because this one has been long enough. So that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!